Welcome, everybody, and aloha. Welcome to Just Talking 5. I had a little difficulty with this one. I didn't know how to start it. I knew what I wanted to say, but I don't want to put it in the wrong way. And as you know, I am computer technologically illiterate. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm not, I'm not hopeless. But it's a process. And like I said, this whole project will be a process, and I want you to come along with me. And one of the processes that I had to learn was I had to learn. I did not know, I knew I wanted to start a YouTube page. I just didn't know how to do it. And so um, I don't like reading, okay? I rather watch a movie than read the book. And so I went onto the YouTube because that's where I got started. That's where I got interested in starting a YouTube page. And I saw different tutorials. Okay, they're called tutorials. Now that means they're going to teach you, they're going to tutor you. And I went to different ones, and a lot of them, they're taught by people that really know what they're talking about. Okay, don't get me wrong. These people are IT techs, or say they are, or say they're experts, or they have certifications from here or certifications from there. And that's fine. They have a wealth of knowledge. Okay. The problem is, and even if you say it's for beginners, it it comes across as very, it's too technical for me. I'm very simple. I am a beginner. And the problem is, a lot of these people, they have a lot of knowledge. The problem is they don't know how to teach. It's a difference. Okay, you can be an information disseminator, where you're just putting out wealth, just mags of information. But if the person doesn't, if you don't put them in a way that the person learns, it's not helpful. Okay, and then you get different people, different things. It's like cooking. Okay, and I want to learn how to make a good stew. Well, you go to different chefs, and each chefs, if they're like uh, culinary trained, and they're trained at the one in France, they're going to teach you the classic French way. And then if you come from down south, you're going to learn another way. And if you up north, northern United States, you learn another way. Everybody has their own way. And what I have to do is I've watched hundreds of videos, and I'm still learning. I still watch the same videos, trying to pick up. Every time you watch something, you pick up on something else, something else. I'm still picking up on this. You're gonna notice that as the episodes go on, my my audio may change. My the picture may change. I'm still learning. I'm using a basic camera. Okay, I'm using a basic interface and audio system. But the combinations that I'm doing, I'm going to use, like today, I'm using a dynamic mic. It's a Shure mic. I also have a what is that called? A condenser mic. Okay, I have a Pro R condenser mic. I also have lavalier. I also have a shotgun mic with different setups, and it's gonna be because eventually I want to move my some of my broadcasts to outside, because I want you to see the beauty of Oahu, and I want you to see the beauty of Hawaii and the fresh outdoors. And for that, you can't use a studio setup. You have to have a mobile setup, okay? But then all of this stuff I have to learn, and I'm learning. I am learning it, okay? Give me a break. Just that some of us take shorter steps than others, right? We're all different. And it's January now, January of 2025. I started this project in March of 24, and I had to learn everything. Like I told you, I had to learn how to use a camera. I had to learn what the camera, some of its capabilities. I still don't know 1/10 of its capabilities. Believe me, there are so many. I have a mirrorless camera, and there are so many um, different possible, combinations that I'm just learning it. Right now, I'm just learning. It's the basic. That's why I need you to, well, for one, subscribe, but please give me your ideas. Anything. Like I said, topics of discussion. If you can give me pointers on making this production better, making my sound clearer, or what I might try, I'll try them. I'm learning, and if you have more expertise, I welcome the knowledge. That's one thing I always learn. When people give you knowledge, if it makes sense, try it. And it's gotten me out of a lot of tight spaces. And like I said, right now I'm using the my regular setup. This will be my normal setup. My noise level to me is kind of low, um, but as like I said, as we go outside, you're gonna get the wind. You're gonna get outside noises. It's gonna be a little bit more challenging, yeah. But it's a ch- it's exciting. It is. My brain's working again. Not that my brain wasn't working, but when you're in healthcare, after a while, well, especially like I have one patient, my wife. Okay, I'm her caregiver, and she does dialysis, so I have to learn dialysis. But she does peritoneal dialysis. It's a different type of dialysis, and I actually, you go to classes and you get certified, but then you know me, I want to know a little bit more. How does it actually work? What makes it work? What is the process? I'm like that. And it's the same with this a project. And this is a fun project, and I'm trying to learn. I'm learning how a computer works. What is CPU? What is memory? What is RAM? To me, a RAM is a male sheep. It's my team, the LA Rams, man. But I have to learn all of that, and it's this year, thanks to Microsoft. My computer, I have to buy a new computer. The computer I have, everyone's been telling me, and all of my friends that know computers, they say the same thing. Oh, just upgrade your Windows 10 to 11. It's really simple. I told them, but I can't. Why? And then I show them my phone. And well, if you haven't seen my phone, I have a flip phone. I don't text. Okay. So I told them, this is my phone. And they go, okay. I said, my system is so old. My Windows 10. I think it was the first year that Windows 10 came out. I can't upgrade it. And they go, oh, then you gotta buy a new one. Really? And so right now I'm in the market. Um, this isn't the computer that I use for my editing. For editing and everything for this project, I have a laptop. And the laptop is a Windows 11. It's got it's got all the bells and whistles and whatever. And it's sufficient for what I need. But this is my home use. And so I was going to get, this with all the bells and whistles. And my friend's son, who he has a doctorate, I think, computer science, smart kid, really brilliant. It's just that pulling information from him, I've got to be very exact on the questions I ask him. Because if not, he will just give me, just, you ask for a drop and you get a whole gallon, stuff like that. And so he was at the house this past New Year's. He lives in Vegas. He lives in northern Vegas. And I said, okay, I need to pick your brain. Uncle needs to pick your brain. He goes, okay, Uncle. He sat down. So I told him. And his first thing was, oh, just upgrade upgrade your computer system, your OS. I said, and so I told him why I can't. He goes, okay. He said, well, it's time for you to get a new one anyway. And so I said, okay, this is what I was looking at. And then he asked me, what you going to do with it? And I told him, well, it's basically to go online to do my emails, some word processing. I store documents on it, um, and just look up information. I use it to look up information on the internet. So he goes, Uncle, you don't need all of that. And he's showing me what I need, and I'm going, and we decide, okay, whatever he says, we'll go one step up, just in case. He says, because when you buy a desktop, you can always expand. The only thing you cannot expand is your CPU. And he says, but your processor, an i5 is, more than enough than what I need. He says, you don't need an i7, you don't need an i9. If they ever come out with anything better, and they will, and by then you're going to have to get a new computer anyway. Then you can, if you do need an i7 or an i9, then you can just buy it. But he says, everything else is adjustable on the computer. And I didn't know that. And so we, I was going to spend, close to $2,000 on a computer. And then I found one, and it's going to be, I think, about $679 or something, free delivery, 2-year warranty. Save me $1,400 or $1,300. So, I look into it. I found that if you take your time and you do research, sometimes you can save money. Unfortunately, for this project, I was learning audio, and the audio, because to me, the audio part of this project, or this program, is way more important than seeing me, because there's not going to be, I'm at home, and what you see is what you get, and that's not going to change. But the audio is so important because that's the basic of my, my page, Just Talking. So I want the audio to be so clear for you. I don't want you to say, what did he say? Came in fuzzy, or he clipped it, or, stuff like that. And he's, so the audio part, I really had to learn. The first hookup I made had so much hum, so much hiss. It was pathetic. And then step by step, you learn to clean it up. And he looked at my setup. Well, I told him what my setup was, and I mean, this kid, you can just tell him what you got, and he already knows. Okay, this is your problem you're getting because of. I mean, fantastic. I did one adjustment on him, and I really cleared up my my audio. But that's just for this mic. Now, when I use my other mic, the condenser mic, there is no booster. I'm just gonna be playing with my interface. And then when I do the shotgun mic, if any of you are techies out there, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm speaking about it right now, and I cannot believe what I'm saying, because 8 months ago I knew nothing about this. So you can learn. You can always learn. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, unless the dog just wants to sit on the porch. And my dog, well, I don't have any now, but when I had dogs, my dogs did not sleep on the porch. My dogs were all hand commanded. My commands came by hand. I remember one night, about 2:30 in the morning, my mom was still alive. My mom woke me up. She goes, "There's a policeman for you at the door." I go, "What?" "Yeah, there's a policeman for you at the door." And I just gotten home, okay? I like maybe an hour ago to sleep. So I get up, I walk to the door, and then I told him, "So what's up?" He says, "Oh, we got a complaint." I said, "Okay, what's the complaint?" He said, "Oh, your dog barking." I said, "So I'm listening." I said, "I don't hear him barking." He goes, "Oh yeah, he was barking." I said, "No, he's not barking." He goes, "No, he was barking for 20 minutes. So I asked him, "Well, how do you know he was barking for 20 minutes?" "Well, I was standing there watching him." Okay, ding. To him, did it ever occur to you that my dog is speaking to you for 20 minutes and telling you that at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not supposed to be in front of the house. You're not supposed to be anywhere near the house. Please leave. Please vacate the premises. That's what my dog is telling you, but you don't talk dog. My dog was barking at you. You're not there now. My dog don't bark. My dog knows. My dogs are trained. They will bark because that's their job. They during the day he's cool. My dog it was so mellow during the day. I would unleash him if I was home and unleash him, and he knows he goes up to the sidewalk and that's where he stops. Okay. I talk to my friend as long as I don't do this motion, four fingers, five fingers forward. My dog will just do, just cruise around. This was the sign. I don't have to say attack anything because if the guy hits me, I just point my hand at him and my dog will charge. And my dog has bitten other people because one night I heard someone run through my backyard and I heard my dog just, "Rawr," that growl. And the next day I saw drops of blood on my driveway in the back. And so I knew he got somebody. Good boy, he got a steak that night. Um, but I had him there because I wasn't going to be home. I was towing. I was out of the house most of the time, and he was there to watch the house. But he was confined to the back of the house, not to the front. And that's because a lot of people walk their dogs up and down. And I'm not afraid of my dog, but if you attack my dog, he will defend himself. Yeah, he was, he could be ornery. He was vicious. But if not, we had in 1990, we had a housewarming party. See, my parents bought the house back in 1956, and they never had a housewarming party. And in Hawaii, we will party on Tuesday because it happens only once a week. We don't need a big excuse to party. And so my mom made some renovations on the house in 1990. And she goes, we never had a housewarming party. I said, okay, we're going to have a housewarming party. And one of my friends has we call it a huli huli machine. It's a rotisserie, outdoor rotisserie barbecue pit. It's like a pit, beautiful stainless steel. The thing is like 7 feet wide, 3.5 feet. 7 feet long, 3.5 to 4 feet wide, and about 2 to 3 feet deep. And you just fill it up with charcoal, and you put a spick on it, and you can roast a pig, a hind quarter, whatever. And so we had a roasted pig, but my friends came up to do it because I had to work, right? And we had a sushi bar. I mean, it was a big, a big production. But so my dog was there and he was barking at people. And so my friend said, "Your dog, he's gonna bite us." I said, "No, he won't." And so they let him loose. They let the dog loose. He goes, "He's gonna run." I go, "No, he's not gonna run. He's gonna just stay around the yard." And that dog was there all day, just milling around, and people were petting him. They were afraid of him before because if you walked on the lane, there's a lane next to my house. You walk on the lane, dog don't bother you. Okay. Step in the yard, then you're on his territory. That's how the dog was trained. That's how I train. I train by hand signals. So getting back to this project, that's how I think. Now my toilet paper and everything. Well, I try to keep it simple, basic hand signals, stuff like that. And learning this audio and visual, I haven't even gotten to the visual yet because, like I told you, it's not that important to me. It's important that you see me, okay? Yeah, it is important. But the camera is doing everything, and it has enough hardware in it and technical software in it to handle it. It autofocus. I mean, the thing does everything but clean its own lenses, which I do. And yeah, but it's the audio part that I really concentrate on. So if you um experience different sounds, you know, if you really, some people they have the ear, I don't, okay, but if you can tell the differences, that's why I'm doing it with in fact, what I'll do from now on, when I start the telecast, I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm recording it. Easier. But I learned that from the tutorials. But it's the thing is, you don't get all of that from one tutorial. You'll get it from a lot of tutorials. And okay, the magic question: how do I know which part of what works? It's just like a recipe. You gotta try, and you learn. You have to learn. Okay, you gotta be open. Don't think that I see people, they blogging all the time, with their cameras and everything, and they're walking around and doing their own. Okay, that's fine, but the quality of it, I see the quality of it on YouTube, and I don't like to put that kind of quality. I'm not a professional, but I try to be as professional as I can. um, you are my customer. Okay, the viewer is my customer. Like in the hospital, my patients were my customers, and I am old school. I'm gonna tell you this, and you're gonna believe it. The guy is old, and he's from old school, and it's everything is for the customer. Customer may not always be right, but most customers you can talk to, and you can talk with. Most customers, they don't, you know, they're they're reasonable. I mean, they might be irritable, but you talk to them. Believe me, I know because I had a towing company. Okay, my record was 40 minutes. What does that mean? This lady, this woman, picked up her Lincoln. Was a Mark 7. It was a luxury Lincoln. 40 minutes after she picked it up, the car broke down. Um, she had picked up the car, brand new car, gone to the store, picked up her, was on the way home. The intersection before her house, the car broke down. When I went to pick her up, she was a white woman. Okay, she was in Hawaii we call them haoles. She was Caucasian. This woman was all white up until the neck up, all red. She was pissed. There's no other way to put it. She was angry, and when I got there, she just berated me. Because of course, I'm going to be the target of her anger. And I let her go for a little while, and I told her, "You feel better?" And she looked at me. I said, "Okay, you got to understand one thing, okay? I didn't make this car. I didn't sell you the car. I'm not even going to fix the car, but I'm here to help you, okay? I'm going to hook your car up, and then we're going to go down. And they have another car waiting for you, your loaner. If you want that car, it's a brand new car. If you want that car, you can have that one instead. But they will give you a loaner and everything. Just, I'm sorry for the inconvenience." And, she looked at my truck, and I said, "No, the truck's clean, air conditioned, whatever you want to listen to." So she got in the truck, we hooked it up, and I had her laughing all the way down. And I told her, every car maker, okay, and this is, even Ferraris, Bentleys, I don't care what car you get, every car maker expects a percentage of the product to be faulty because it's made by man. Everything man makes has a flaw in it. Man is flawed, okay? Yeah. Next time you think you're perfect, try walking on the water. So, I told her every car has a glitch. This is your glitch. It's kind of good because you found it right away. Okay. I didn't want to tell her at that time that was my number one car to tow because that car had the most glitches. But and ended up buying not a Lincoln, I ended up buying a Ford. But anyway, that's another story. But I had her laughing by the time we got back to the dealership, and helped her down, escorted her to the sales room. Her loaner was right there, brand new one, another brand new one, which she ended up, by the way, keeping. I told her I would take the one that they fixed. She goes, no, I don't want that one. I said, no, it's fixed already. It's fixed. It's just a faulty part. She goes, no. I said, okay, that's okay. You may see me again, and I did see her again. Her battery died, but that's another story. But and that's how you treat people. You don't come across as badass and everything. No, you treat them like how you want to treat yourself. And I truly believe that there are the two rules that we have. For me, number one, there is a God, and number two, what did he say? Just treat other people like how you want to be treated. The golden rule. You learn that from what I say, small kid time, right? From when you're a toddler, and you learn that all your life, and I try to follow it. I'll give the person the first crack, but I hit back. Okay, I learned to hit back. I don't turn the other cheek. That's stupid. That's to get lickings. But so with the tutorials, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Watch them. If you watch 5 tutorials about the same thing, and they start saying the same thing, kind of believe that that'll work. But just all it takes is your time. If you got more money than time, then okay, then something's wrong. You shouldn't be getting into this unless you want it as a hobby. But if you got more time than money, take the time and watch the tutorials. Okay. You're gonna know from the first 5 minutes in fact, from the first couple minutes, if this guy is speaking that you can understand, or if this guy is speaking that you need a doctorate to understand what he's talking about. Unfortunately, you get all different kinds, and you just gotta take the time. But that's my take on the tutorials. Some were really like teachers. Some of my teachers are really great, and I learned a lot from them. And some of them, I went to class, didn't learn the subject that much until later on. Then you'd say, hey, where did I learn that from? But the teachers nowadays, unfortunately, they are information, and a lot of them false information disseminators. That's why the kids did, but the kids aren't taught to disseminate either, to discriminate. Can't use words like discriminate. It's too bad. But discriminate just means to choose. You listen, you choose, you figure out what works for you, and you do it. Same thing with life. You try and you see, you talk to people, but you got to make the ultimate decision. And you have to take the responsibility of the decision. Responsibility. This is the tie-on to next week. That's what we'll be talking about. I don't really want to get into heavy stuff yet. Please, I need your questions. I need your ideas. I need to know that, it's going out there. I'm tenacious. They called us the Bulldogs. And I am a bulldog. I am tenacious. Once I bite down, I don't let go. Okay? But anyway, as of always, this has been fun. And I hope you enjoyed it. And until later, ahui ho, malama pono, and aloha. Bye-bye.